You are joining Making a Difference with Melissa Clark, a show that shares the compelling stories and voices of well-known and everyday people who change the world in big and small ways. Enjoy our guests, call in, or just listen to be inspired. For this show was made with you in mind. Please join us every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our special guests. And you can listen to our recast at www.melissaclarkshow.com.
Devin Devasquez started her career as a spokesmodel on Star Search. Since then, she has made a name for herself as an actress, playmate, an Emmy Award-winning producer, cook, entrepreneur, and author. Ron Moss, a longtime actor, photographer, winemaker, and Emmy Award-winning producer and musician, is the original bandmate for the popular 70s band Player. Their song Baby Come Back still has fans coming back stronger than ever. Together, this power couple makes a difference with books, films, songs, charities, animal advocacy, and love for one another. We teamed up with Foodie TV for this episode and had to catch this couple when we could, and that happened to be on Cinco de Mayo this past May. Join us as we bring back Cinco de Mayo with Devin cooking her signature black bean quesadilla. Thank you for joining us on Making a Difference. I'm Melissa Billy Clark. We have a wonderful treat for you today. Not only am I with one star, but two stars, a power couple, Devin Devasquez and Ron Moss. Guys, and here he is, Prince, little Prince there. You guys, I am so excited. I am a fan of both of you, and I'm just over the moon about this. And I want to thank you so much. I know you guys are so busy. So you may remember Devin on Star Search as a spokesmodel. She was the first Hispanic playmate ever featured on the cover of Playboy in 1986. You can find her in films such as Can't Buy Me Love.
Thank you for having us, Melissa. And I just want to say happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, guys. I have water.
Am I the only one without a tequila?
Oh,
apparently
sorry,
I am.
I'll
have to do water instead.
I thought I would do this. I thought I would use our spice and the lime thing. I don't know if I do it right. What it's like, lick this. And
then you put the lime and then you do your shot.
And then you do your shot. Yeah.
How old are you? This is your first time doing this? For God's sakes, hon. I need to get you out more.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with that hat, hon.
We're loving the hat. You guys have to head over to our YouTube channel, Melissa Billy Clark Show, and see Mr. Ron Moss with his fantastic hat. What kind of hat is this there?
It's a Cinco de Mayo hat.
Cinco de Mayo.
And I've got the Chihuahua, so there you go.
Yeah.
This is Prince, and he was actually named after Prince. And Devin, that's her ex-boyfriend, the late, great Mr. Prince. I was a huge fan of him. So you guys have a dog named Prince, and he's so cute. He's a rescue. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. He came into my life two months after Prince passed away. And my girlfriend owns the shelter where he was brought at. His owners unfortunately died in a car crash, and otherwise who would give up this little guy? And she was telling me about him, and I kept saying, I can't have a dog. We travel too much. And my husband said he would divorce me if I ever became a woman with a little purse dog. And
that's exactly what you became.
And so did I.
And so did Ron.
Without the purse.
Yeah. But his name was Spencer. And I took one look at him and said, you're Prince. And he loves music. He loves being around music. He loves being on the motorcycle with us. He's traveled.
So he became the dog formerly known as a Spencer.
That's right. That's funny. And he even has a purple collar. He has like a purple.
He has on Instagram. Everyone can go follow him at Mr. Prince 1999. and see all his little traveling adventures, because he's been to 14 countries in the last 4 years. So he's a traveling dog.
Yeah, this family is very popular overseas, right? You guys, I mean, not only are you popular here in the States, but overseas.
Mostly Italy.
Mostly Italy.
For Europe.
But Belgium.
All around the world, though.
My goodness. You guys.
It's fun. It gives us a chance to travel to all these wonderful countries, and we wind up spending a majority of each year in either Italy or Belgium or wherever.
Awesome. Were you guys stuck in a country at one point when we were in
We were locked down in Belgium. Ron was getting ready to do a play. He had 37 sold out shows.
Wow.
And we did 4 of them, and we were locked down in Belgium for 4 months. And then, I don't know, it was a miracle when things opened up. Finally, last summer, we were able to fly to Puglia, to Italy, and we actually filmed our first romantic comedy. Well, my husband, it's his first romantic comedy.
What's the name?
But we produced
it's called Surprise Trip.
Surprise Trip.
Surprise Trip. Viaggio e sorpresa.
Okay. I love it. You guys, you know, Devin and Ron are also a 5-time Emmy Award-winning producer for an Amazon Prime series, The Bay. Look at that. Wow. God bless.
These things are heavy too.
She uses it to cook. She stabs the vegetables with it. I try to get her to use forks, but she wants to use the Emmy instead. I don't know why.
We're very proud of the latest one because we're co-executive producers. We produced the shows that were done last season in Europe. Actually, John Blackwell, Ron's character, goes to Belgium. So those shows were co-produced by us. And so this one was especially special.
What is the show about, Devin? What is the Bay
It's
about?
a half-hour digital drama series that takes place in a fictitious town called Bay City. And it has, I know my husband hates the term soap, but it has all your favorite soap stars from all the shows playing different characters. And it's a dramatic series that deals with the Garrett family, and they're a very rich family that's cursed. So Sarah Garrett is just always in trouble. She's gone to prison. We did one season where she was in prison, so it was sort of a Orange is the New Black sort of theme.
How interesting.
But it's a very interesting series, and my husband is John Blackwell. He's the former DA and the half brother of Sarah Garrett, who actually put her in prison and then rescued her and saved her. And, you know, so it's got all the twists and turns of your dramatic series, but it's really, everything is shot on location. So there are no built sets. Everything we do as producers on that show is done via location wise, which gives it more of a film feeling. And we have we've had a lot of great film actors guest star on the show. So you have to check it out. It's Amazon. It's on Amazon, The Bay, the series.
Absolute. I'll totally put that at the end of the show so people can check it out. We're going to introduce Ron in a moment. And if you don't know who this man is, you're living under a rock for the longest time. But let's get to Devin really quick. Devin, you're a Southern lady. Tell us about your time growing up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, please.
Well, I didn't have the best childhood. I grew up in and out of foster homes. I've been on my own since I was 16. I graduated a year early from high school, and that's when Playboy discovered me in college. And the rest, as they say, is history, right?
Yeah.
But Louisiana is always near and dear to my heart because those are my roots. And during Hurricane Katrina, because I love to cook and Cajun cooking is my specialty, I wanted to do something to give back to victims of natural disasters after Hurricane Katrina. So I came up with my own spice called Devin's Kick-Ass Cajun Seasoning, and we give part of the proceeds to victims of natural disasters. I really was inspired to do this because of that, but because most of the Cajun spices on the market today are too salty, and ours is lower in sodium, so it's healthier.
Nice.
And it's more flavorful. So this is kind of how, and it was done on a small scale because we're not in the food industry, we're in the entertainment industry. But I managed to find a small family-owned company that was able to manufacture my recipe in Louisiana. So it's from Louisiana, for Louisiana, and by a Louisianan. So it's, there you go.
Very nice. You know, now growing up in, we talk a lot about that, about foster on this program. So do you think that changed your life, Devin, for the better, like now as an adult?
Yes, especially with everything that's going on in our world today and what we know that's happening in with human trafficking. I look at myself as a very fortunate child to have survived what I survived, because there's always some child out there that's experiencing worse, you know? So personally, I think it just made me a stronger human being. It made me more compassionate. I think it made me, I'm a definite survivor. So I feel like I'm a very blessed person, and it inspires me to want to give back.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we can't all have perfect childhoods or even a perfect adult life. There is no such thing. You know, Ozzie and Harriet and Leave It to Beaver, those are fictitious shows that don't really exist. So
yeah, I read something today on Facebook, and they said someone with a troubled childhood, they end up to be beautiful adults. And it's true. You know, I didn't have such a good childhood. I had wonderful parents, but they was fighting all the time, you know? So it just made me not want to fight with people. And that's why I became very Zen. And I saw, Ron, that you do that too. You're very Zen. Do you do a lot of meditation and yoga?
I don't. I probably should, but I don't. It's been one of those things that I just kind of naturally have that meditative vibe when I need to do that. And I don't practice anything really other than just loving my family. Yeah.
That's so nice. You guys have been married for so long. Let me introduce Ron. He is a musician. He was in the popular band, The Player, Baby Come Back, one of my favorite go-to songs. How did you feel being in that band, Ron?
It was wonderful. It was amazing. It was, I'd been in many other bands before that, growing up as a young kid, but we played in every bar around LA. But when we formed Player, it became official. It became more mainstream, I guess. We were able to do these wonderful tours, and we had a hit, Baby Come Back, right out of the box, even though we had all been doing music for 17 years before that, all of us. But it was wonderful. It was a great experience, and there's nothing like playing rock and roll to 25,000 people in front of you. It's an amazing experience, like nothing else. It's not like being an actor where you do a stage play. It's very, very different. Because people always ask me, what would you rather do, acting or music? And I go, why not do both? I'll do both.
You were on The Bold and the Beautiful for a long time as Ridge Forrester. Amazing. How was that, being a soap actor? That's a hard job. I had Eva LaRue on the program, and she said it's very hard.
It is very hard because it takes all your time.
Yeah.
and you work all day and you come home and have to learn the lines for the next day. It's homework. I thought I was over with homework, and I walked into a job that does nothing but homework. So, but it was also very rewarding because it allowed me to have a family. It allowed me to stay in one place, mainly. And it allowed us to do some traveling that I had never done before. Going to Europe and having the popularity of this show take off in Europe allowed us a lot of leeway to enjoy meeting and doing a lot of things overseas that I would never have done otherwise. So I'm very grateful to Bill and Lee Bell that started the show, and it was a long run for me, and I have nothing but love for it.
So nice. Are the original bandmates, are they still alive?
They're all alive. They're only two of us that are functioning, and we're doing our stuff separately now.
Okay.
He has his version of the group, and I have my version of the group, and that's just the way it is now.
Yeah.
But everybody's kind of separate, but we're all still doing our own music in our own way.
So nice. And do you have a wine out called Moss?
We do. We have a Moss wine that's made in Italy. It's made in southern Italy, Puglia. As Devin mentioned, that's where we go and stay most of the time now.
And beautiful.
It's a really, really wonderful wine. We're very, very proud of it. It's a very heavy wine, if you know about wines. It's a very, very rich, bold Cabernet type. It's actually a Primitivo. Primitivo is a particular grape. It's a single grape. It's not a mix. And we're very proud of it.
So nice. I'm a complete wino, so thank you so much.
Are you? Okay.
Oh yeah. I like Pinot Noirs though. Like my chemicals in my body as I get older. I don't know. With wine, we get a little messed up, right? I don't know. Devin, do you feel that when you drink some
You know
wine?
what? I have to tell you a secret. We had to Zoom yesterday with our wine partner in Italy, and he just sent us some of the wine because we don't have a distributor yet in the US. And we were on our way of doing that. And then of course the pandemic last year delayed all of that. So he sent a shipment of the wine to us. And the first shipment was lost in the Netherlands. So we had to wait. Right. Yeah, we had to wait for another shipment, and we
Euphemism
just got
for stolen.
Yeah, we just got the new shipment, and it's only like 10 bottles, and so we opened.
And how much did you drink yesterday, hon?
That's what I'm getting to. We had
Go ahead and just blurt it out.
Too much of the Moss wine in the Zoom meeting yesterday afternoon, and for 3 hours on Zoom with our Italian friends, and I was, needless to say, out for the count.
Oh my!
So I ended up going to sleep way too early, and then waking up in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep because of Moss wine.
How many bottles did you have, though? That's what we need to know.
We probably went through 2 bottles for sure.
I love it.
Okay, I'm cooking. I'm making.
You get to your cooking, hon. I'm going to take the little guy to the cat box here. He needs to go to the cat box.
Thank you so much, Ron. Hey guys, just tell us really quick, what is how do you guys have such a successful marriage? You guys like best friends. What's the secret?
Go for it, hon.
I'm going to let you answer that one, hon.
Well, one of the secrets is I make my wife a cappuccino or a ranachino, as we like to call it, every morning, and I serve it to her in bed because I know she likes it. It's a nice way to start her day.
I don't do breakfast. I cook, so he does breakfast. And I had to train him to do this. It's taken 17 years, but he consistently does this, and I praise him like I do Prince and say, good boy.
And another secret to how we function is I let her think that she trains me to do everything I do.
That's right.
Because that way she thinks she's the one in charge, and she thinks it's her idea. And she trains me like a dog, and it makes her happy. So I let her do that.
I love it. Happy wife, happy life.
There you go.
No, you know what? During the lockdown in Belgium, he played music. He ended up doing a new album. We called it Lockdown Lover. He did a new version of Baby Come Back with a very long, cool, extended guitar solo at the end with his band here in America, Ron Moss's Player. And he did this. It was, instead of Baby Come Back being about a girl, it was about our world coming back. So we used footage for the music video of all of our travels in hopes of getting our world back to where it used to be. So so I had him do music for me to entertain me, because it was just me and him and Prince, and I made sure he was well fed and healthy. And
on that note, on that feed note, I'm going to go take him to the cat box. So Melissa, thank you.
He's not a cat.
Thank you both so much for what you do for making a difference in this world. They give back a lot. So we thank you so much. They work with the military men and women. They help with mental health. So thank you both as a power couple. And Ron, thank you so much.
Blessings to you.
Thank you.
I am
okay,
making,
my girl, are you ready? All right.
I'm ready. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I have some black beans and some spice and jalapeno peppers that I'm putting on a tortilla. And what I'm going to do is put some mixed cheese on top. And then I'm going to just grill that really quickly and just get the cheese.
So Devin is making a quesadilla for us, a Cajun black bean quesadilla. It is.
Yes, a Cajun black bean quesadilla. And so I put a little, it's super easy. I use some of my spice, of course, some black beans. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. Black
beans and some cheese. And then I just fold it like this. Gonna fold it, and then we're gonna grill it, and then we cut it, and I have some cilantro, fresh cilantro, tomatoes, and jalapeno peppers in the fridge that I'm gonna add on top with a little bit of, so I just have the quesadilla like so. Grill it over here, but I'm gonna prepare the other one. So this will be lunch.
How long have you been cooking for, Devin? How long have you been? How long have you been cooking for? That you enjoy cooking? Well,
I actually used to watch my stepfather cook because he was the cook. My mother was she didn't know how to cook, so I used to watch him cook, and I just had that skill. I don't follow recipes. I like to make up my own. So I basically can watch someone make something and pretty much replicate it. That's kind of, it's just something, since I was 9 years old, to answer your question. Nice. I've been cooking since I was 9. So I think part of surviving also was being able to cook, because I knew that was a necessary, being from the South, you had to know how to cook. So as you can see over here, let's see if I can move you a little closer so you can see.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Can you see here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna go close to it. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So I'm just basically grilling it. I'm gonna flip it over in a second, and it's got a little olive oil on it. My husband loves olive oil, so that's just gonna grill, and put the other one in there in a second. And I have some blue corn chips here.
Nice.
I have a little bit of chopped tomatoes, jalapenos, cilantro, and lemon and lime juice that we're going to put on top. with also some sour cream, but you can put guacamole if you want. And you will have a black bean and cheese quesadilla.
It looks so good. What's your favorite thing to make? What do you like to make, Devin?
I make a Mexican is definitely not my thing. I'm more Cajun. So, but because today is Cinco de Mayo, and I thought, okay, if I'm gonna drink tequila, we gotta have a quesadilla, right? So let's see, it should be ready. Doesn't take long at all. It's just like
Are you a vegetarian?
I am a pescatarian. Because for the last 2 years we've been pescatarian because we prefer eating as healthy as possible. Yeah. And it's just I don't really miss eating meat. Let me just take this off because I don't want to. There's a trick to cooking and chatting these days, right?
I know, it's true. I have a hard time multitasking.
So I said I could do a Zoom with you and make lunch at the same time. Okay, so now I'm going to garnish it. You can see while that one's cooking, garnish. So cut it in half, like so. I don't know if you can see this.
I got it right on you. It's perfect.
Okay, so I'm cutting it in like pizza wedges, I guess you can say. And then
so Devin is just finalizing her quesadilla. So please head over to Melissa Billy Clark Show on YouTube and you can see how she made this wonderful dish. It's easy and quick, right? How long did it take you?
Easy and quick. And then here I'm gonna put my concoction of tomatoes on top, and Ron will be happy as a clam or as a quesadilla.
A quesadilla. Do you cook every day, Devin?
Some cilantro on top, and it looks like this.
Perfect.
Can you see it?
Yes. Looks fantastic.
Here you go, hon. Come and get it.
Thank you so much. That looks delicious.
Let me flip. I gotta flip this one, and then I can get back to you. This one's nice and brown. Probably too brown. Okay. All right.
Devin, do you cook every day?
I don't cook every day because we have events like, social events, charity events, red carpet events. Lately, because of the pandemic, I probably have cooked more than I ever have. Recently, since we've been home, because we've been wanting to spend time with our kids and our friends, I haven't been cooking as much. So this is a first. Actually, I have a little cooking Zoom that I do on Facebook and YouTube, and I haven't done one in the last few months, and fans are asking for it because I haven't been cooking. So I'm
gotta get back in action. You're good at it.
Here you go, hon. Happy. Joy.
Thank you, sweet.
So this is cool. I could make lunch for us and chat with Melissa.
That's wonderful. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
What does it mean to use your celebrity for the greater good with giving back to everybody? Giving back.
Well, I think that's the only reason why we should use our celebrity, especially now. That's the only thing it should be used for, is giving back and uniting humanity to be human again. we are all connected. And I think that's becoming more and more apparent, don't you think? Okay, I'm going to have a bite.
Enjoy.
Mm.
I'm jealous. I'm going to drink my water.
Have
I'll have
some
a
more
shot of tequila in your honor later.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Melissa.
Cheers to you, Devin. Thank you so much for being on our program and making a difference. You're an amazing human being, you and your husband, and God bless you guys.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Making a Difference is sponsored by Preferred Health Magazine. Please visit www.preferredhealthmagazine.com today and subscribe.